Hey there, families. Thank you for taking the time to watch this and to familiarize yourself with what's coming in the youth ministry for the rest of the year. First of all, to our new families of our 7th graders, I hope that your kids have felt welcomed over the last month since we initiated them. I hope they've enjoyed classes up to this point. I hope they've enjoyed 3D, which is the first thing I want to mention. Is 3D is every first and third Wednesdays of the month. The first Wednesdays, I will provide a meal, and then I'm asking for families to provide for the third Wednesdays of each month. Not just youth ministry families, but families in our church as well. And so we have those taken care of through September and October. Need someone for November, December, and of course for next semester as well. 3D is just an opportunity for our kids to come together, to be together, to play games in the game room, or maybe just hang out on the couches and talk, catch up about the week, just to be present. But also we feed them because they're hungry. But to be present with each other in hopes that it will develop relationships, grow the relationships between each other, because I'm very adamant about the youth ministry is a family for these kids. I can speak from personal experience that I would not be where I am today if it were not for the youth ministry that I was a part of. We did so much together. We lived life together. The classes were important, of course, and the things we did at church were vital. But I believe that what contributed the most to me staying in church, and I think that a lot of the people I grew up with would agree with this, was the family aspect of youth ministry. And classes, again, are important, but connections aren't really made during the class time. Knowledge is passed on, information is transferred, but it's really hard to develop relationships and to continue to build those relationships just in a class setting. And so everything that we do, everything that we plan is in an effort to continue to grow those relationships, for these kids to grow closer together so that they will be here for each other even beyond high school, even when they graduate out of the youth ministry, that those relationships would be there for years to come, and that it would continue to point them to Jesus. That is what I emphasize with our kids as often as I can. Be the community for each other that will always point each other to Jesus. If you're surrounded by a community that's not pointing you to Jesus, where is it pointing you to? And so everything that I try to do, I do with that in mind. How do we point our students to Jesus? How do we develop a welcoming culture, a welcoming atmosphere where we're there for each other, but we're also holding each other accountable, pointing each other back to the one who truly matters. So I hope that everyone will take advantage of 3D. Yes, it's a meal. Yes, it's a time to come and play in the game room, but the bigger goal of that is developing and continuing to grow relationships between our students. We have a couple of big events coming up in the fall. The first is Encounter out at Camp Wiregrass. This is a youth retreat that involves churches from all over the Wiregrass area. We go out, we spend the weekend from Friday night to Sunday lunch, just learning, growing, worshiping, resting, relaxing. We try to structure our retreats to be a retreat, to offer some rest, to offer them a chance to just get away from the hecticness of school and their schedules. The other event is also in November 21st to the 24th. This is the weekend right before Thanksgiving. And this is Rally, which is at Gulf Coast Bible Camp. Myself and the youth minister from Vaughn Park Church of Christ in Montgomery, Baron Goins, we run this together. We are also planning something very similar, just a relaxing weekend where kids can go and get away from the hecticness of their schedules and schools and just retreat. We really like the idea of being able to retreat. Not run from one busy thing to another busy thing, but to have some downtime to rest and be together with each other. We went to Rally last year in November when me and another guy were directing it, and we heard some great things from the kids who went last year, so we decided to do it again. So this will be Friday night. We'll leave Friday evening and come back Monday around lunchtime, and that is again at Gulf Coast Bible Camp in Lucedale, Mississippi. Some other things that we have going on that do not require traveling out of town. Each month, we will have what I'm calling Harbor Saturdays, and that is where we go and serve at the Harbor, which is downtown Dothan. Our first one will be September 13th. This is an opportunity to go and serve with their children's ministry at the Harbor. Think VBS, but on a monthly scale. We'll go once a month on a Saturday, start about 4:30, should be done around 7 o'clock. But we are going to be there to mentor kids, to just hang out with them, to help the adults who run that outreach program, to be there and monitor the kids. But really, we're there to build relationships and help these kids see Jesus through the way that we interact with them. Plus, we'll also feed them that night as well. We will also have our annual youth Christmas party in December. This is always a time that the kids look forward to. They have a blast. We play games, we do gifts, but be on the lookout for those dates coming as well. I want to go ahead and put a bug in your ear about something that we're planning on doing in January. A few of our families and several of our kids have expressed an interest to go to Rock the Universe, which is at Universal Studios in January. I don't have any details yet or dates or a lineup, but it's usually a weekend trip. It's a quick trip down. A lot of the churches in our area go down and do this, but it is a weekend-long Christian concert, basically, at Universal Studios, where lots of Christian groups come in, Christian artists come in. They have multiple concerts going on, and of course, you get to enjoy the Universal rides as well. So that is going to be in January, and as soon as they release that information, I'm going to get that information to you all as well. But I want you to go ahead and know that it's something that we're tentatively planning on doing. We went to Universal last December and we started with Give Kids the World, and a lot of people want to go back. That is something we're looking at doing in 2026, is going back to Give Kids the World and serving. We have a lot of plans for 2026, but we'll have a parent meeting in January to go over next year where I'll communicate all of that to you. But I wanted to go ahead and let you know about this trip in January because it'll be here before we know it. Because of our growing life group ministry and the hopes that they will be intergenerational and that kids will participate in the life group their parents are in, we don't meet on a regular basis on Sunday nights. But I fully intend on having some sort of Sunday night youth at least once a month. The first one is September the 7th out at the Cook's Farm. We'll be there about 5:30, hang out for a couple hours. We'll have a devotional, maybe ride some horses. I don't know, we'll see how that goes. And of course, we will feed them. But look for communications in email and text about future monthly events for Sunday Night Youth. Which leads to my next thing. I really want to emphasize the importance of communication. I will send out an email every Friday. I might miss 1 or 2 weeks here and there, but if I'm not able to get the email out, you can always find the same information in Westgate on the Go, and you'll also find the information in the weekly text that I send out. It is important that you read these and that you know what's going on. I can communicate it to the students, but we know that they may forget by the time they get from the youth room to home, by the time they see you, or they may not just communicate it to you at all, or assume that you already know it and they don't need to communicate that to you. So please pay attention to the communications that come each week. I hope you see the importance of your kids participating in as much as they possibly can in our youth ministry. This isn't about numbers or being able to brag about how many we have attending. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with our students growing spiritually in their journey with Jesus. It has everything to do with equipping them to live their faith today, but also after they leave your home and after they leave this youth ministry. When they graduate high school, what then? Statistics are everywhere. A quick Google search, you can see how many kids end up leaving church, faith, God all together after they graduate high school. It's out there and the numbers are staggering. So everything that we try to do in this youth ministry is equipping them to continue to live their faith even after they have left your home. That's why I believe it is my role, it is my responsibility to partner with you in how we can best equip our kids to continue to live their faith after they leave us. And so I'm here for you in any possible way. I'm here to support you through giving you resources or through praying with you and your family, above all praying with you and your family. praying for your kids every single day. If there's anything that your family encounters, if your students encounter that you need me to come in on, do not hesitate to call me, to text me, to pull me in, because I'm here to partner with you. I have teenage daughters myself. I realize how hard it is to be parents to teenagers. We all need each other. This is our village. We need each other to rely on, to support each other, to sometimes just collapse on top of each other, because sometimes, most of the time, we have no idea what we're doing. We're making this up as we go. And so do not hesitate, please, to let me know what it is your family needs. What is it I can do to serve not just your kids, but also to serve you? If you have any inputs, suggestions, questions, concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Send me a text, give me a call, catch me at church, come by the office, come and talk to me. I don't know what I don't know. And so I am always open to any input, to any concerns. I'm always open to suggestions or inputs, whether it's suggestions for events or suggestions for class topics and materials. Please don't hesitate to let me know, because again, we're partners in this. I am here for you, and I hope that you would also be here for me and to help me equip your kids the best that I can. Again, I love each and every one of you. I am praying for your families. I'm praying for each one of our students. And I hope that you know that I'm always here for you and your family.